This is a fig. It comes from a tree. Today, we're going to see a cool little easy trick on how to take the seeds. Okay, but anyway, boys and girls, this is a fig. There are several varieties. A lot of them I'm unfamiliar with, but I've eaten these. I'm not going to lie, the first time I ever had one of these was in a prison for breakfast. They make puree out of this.
Boy, you gonna eat that fig puree?
So what we're going to do is take our spoon, get off in there, and just basically pull them out. And it's going to come out like that. I'm going to try to take a photo of the tree. This grows in my yard. And you know, when you get done, just eat it. Delicious. So what we're going to do is do it again. And this seems to be the easiest way I figured out how to do this. You just get in here with your spoon. Yes, we're spooning. I don't know really what that means. I've just heard it before. Knowing y'all guys, something probably sick. I don't know anything about that. But anyhow, just get all your seeds out of there. And as you go, just smear it around. Try to get real thin like this on the paper. Let me move the plate over a little bit. Okay? And as you do this, see if you can get some of the majority of the jelly out of there. And there we go. See? Try to thin it out as much as possible. You know, make good use of your paper too. I mean, anyhow, that's pretty much how I figured out how to get my seeds out from these smaller, these smaller fruit-bearing plants. And as this dries out, if you get it thin enough, hopefully, right? See what I'm saying? See all those seeds now? They're smeared. Go ahead and do some more of these. Oh, still got some more to go. I kind of figured out a way not to get so messy because I tried several ways to do this. And yes, it gets messy. The spoon seems to be the perfect tool for all my de-seeding methods. Pumpkins, gourds, things like that. So anyhow, as you get this out of here, like I said, try not to get all the strain, the strings in there. See, because back in the day, people used to use the restroom outside. And when you eat these, or the birds would eat these, or you would drop these somewhere, it would grow. But because of acidification, city things, city living, the things that pretty much destroy the world, seems like most of the time. But as you can see, what I'm doing is lay this out in a real thin sheet, okay? And the thinner that you can get this, the more likely, the easier the seeds are going to be able to get out there when you dry them out. As this dries out, like I said, keep it real thin because it's sticky. It's real sticky. I'm trying to be as clean as I can with this because this can make a mess. As you see, cut it open, scrape out the seeds, or a majority of what you're trying to get. I know you can't get all of them, but think about how many trees this is. There you go. It's pretty easy, right? Something you can do at the house. But pretty much, just go through here, get your seeds out. You can eat the rest of it, it's still good. I mean, that's really not the main part of the plant. Just cut it open. Like I said, there you go. It's very sweet, very syrupy. It almost tastes like pancake syrup. But try to thin it out. I would suggest doubling up on the paper. You know, get you 2 sheets or fold it in half or something. If you only have a couple of these, you know, just scrape them out like that. This particular fig, I'm not really sure about the scientific name. We just call them turkey figs, brown fig, whatever. There's several of them. Some of them are named after some Caesars from the Roman Empire, and I'm not really at liberty to repeat his name because he was wicked, so he don't get any props. Anyhow, so his name is wiped out from the annals of my history book forever. But as you can see, if it's too thick, go ahead and get you another piece of paper. You know, that's what we're just trying to do. We just want to put it on here thin enough so when this dries, we can get to the seeds. Alright? It worked out really well with the strawberries. And if it is on paper, think about this. It's thin enough for you to cut it off or, you know, do something with it. It's not going to damage it. This paper I have here doesn't really use bleach or nothing in it. I know it's white, but it's a different kind of a, it's not a commercial cheap grade paper. But try to use something that's, you know, biodegradable, that will decompose if you were to plant it, just in case, you know what I'm saying. Some of this is kind of hard to scrape off. But, like I said, on the other one, I'm hoping that it dries out good enough where I can just scrape off the seeds. Anyhow, there you go. The other one's looking like it's going to work, so like I said, I just wanted to show you all this. Pretty interesting way to get your seeds prepared. You just put them on here, on a little piece of paper. There you go. That's that. So, then place this somewhere to dry. Or I have that other sheet over there on a fan, so the wind's blowing on it. But that was pretty easy, right? And we got to eat too on top of that. They're real sticky though, I'm telling you. This stuff's like super glue. So just stick that in front of a fan for a while, you know, maybe a day. That one over there is drying pretty fast. It might not even take but a couple hours. So there you go. Like I said, that's how you do it. You smear it on there. This is my first go at it. So when this dries, all these should just flake off. You know, you can just kind of just grab them and it should, you know, be able to put them wherever you want to put your seeds at. What I usually do is I take a straw, you know, a regular typical straw, and I cut the end right here. I just end up heating it up and pinching this, making sure it's airtight. I put my seeds in there, and then I glue the other side. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll print off a little piece of paper or something, and I'll roll it up and I'll stick it inside of here with it, with the seeds. That way when I open it, I'll know what's in here. You know, just a real simple, small, you know, compact way to put your seeds together. And when you get enough of them, think about this, when you get enough of them together, you can have a whole bunch of seeds, right? You just put them in your, but I wouldn't recommend leaving them in there in case something happens. You won't be able to plant them. It's not biodegradable. Just make sure if you're on your way somewhere, you're going to plant them. Don't leave them in there, and make sure that, you know, somebody knows where it's at. If you have, you know, like I'm doing, I'm going to have several $1,000s worth of seeds. And it's not about the money, it's the fact that, you know, these are plants, you know, this is something that the earth needs to survive. So this is kind of like a major deal. You don't want to be irresponsible with the seeds. You want to make sure they hit the ground and get planted again. You don't want them getting destroyed, thrown in a dumpster, or trapped in your closet till, you know, 2022. You don't really want to do that. So, like I said, I hope that helped out. Anyway, that's all I got for my tip for the day. But as this dries, it should harden up a little bit. This might be too much. You might want to thin it out. I'm going to have to probably kind of get another piece of paper and thin this out because I got too much syrup on her. But as you can see, the other one, that's coming along nicely. So I wanted to show y'all that. Anyhow, there you go.
Boy, you gonna eat that fig puree?